Today we're going to learn some basic shopping phrases in Nahuatl because we really want to avoid becoming this kind of guy.
Get one, please. Please. Yes, please. How much? How much? How much? How much?
Now we've been breaking down a number of different words and phrases here using morphology to understand the language more deeply. And recently we learned that the word tianguis comes from the word tianquistli. Simply, if you remove the absolute suffix of tli, you get tianquis. And then using things that we've learned before, we could add new suffixes or prefixes to say tianquisco, which is this is where the marketplace is, or no tianguis, which is my marketplace or my shop. But where do we derive the word tianquistli or marketplace from? It ultimately comes from tiamiki, which is to do business or to trade. So if we break down the word tiamiki, it comes from tla namiki, which is to meet for something. As we can see here, namiki is defined by to find, to come upon, encounter, or to meet, which is ultimately the function of a marketplace. Therefore, tla namiki becomes tiamiki, and tiamiki istli becomes tianquistli. This confuses you, like how these words are connected. Ultimately, you just have to think about how language is non-linear and multidimensional. If I go to a marketplace, I'm not marketing with you, right? I'm doing business, I'm trading with you. So the abstractions of the words fundamentally change. Now let's start shopping and let's learn some basic phrases here. Gema is yes, amo is no. It's pretty self-evident. We can confirm here, gema is yes, amo is no. This is going to be helpful when you have to answer questions. So if someone asks you, tikneki nin, do you want this? Or titlaneki, do you want something? You're going to be able to answer yes or no. Now we've already learned the tik is a conjugation of you when it's referring to it or to something. So instead of saying tineki, we say tikneki. And then importantly, inin means this. And rather than just saying gema for yes, you can say nikneki inin, I want this. And given that we're beginners in a foreign land, we may be pointing at things and we can say something like amo nikneki inon, no, I want that. So in a marketplace, it's going to be important to learn the idea of this, that, or these, inon, inin, or ineke. And like we've learned before, ni is going to represent I, and then nik is going to represent I with a relation to it. And lastly, neki is something we're learning, which is to want or to need. So ni neki or dineki. So then there are some basic questions that we can use like tlien inin. We've already learned that tlien is what, so what is this? And then we've learned before what gen is for how, so geski is going to be how much. Right, and the more that we learn these kinds of things, the more that we kind of revise and review some things we've already learned before. So geski is going to come from gen ki. I have less than 3 minutes to explain this stuff, so I can be a little rushed, but now we don't have to be the person that says ek, how much, how much.
How much? How much? How much?
And yeah, if you enjoyed this, I invite you to check out my work. I think you'd find it interesting. All right, folks, peace.